Hello, my name is Taylor Price, and today I will be discussing the painting A Typefix by Arthur Fitzwilliam Tate. This painting is currently located at Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in Bentonville, Arkansas. Arthur Fitzwilliam Tate discovered a passion for wildlife at a young age that inspired him throughout his life. In 1850, he came to America and he spent the majority of his time painting wildlife, landscapes, and sportsmen in the Adirondack Mountains. During the pre-Civil War era, his paintings of the Adirondack life were extremely popular. In fact, Tate was regarded as one of the principal painters of the American frontier. He specialized in medium-sized animal paintings that were typically oil paint on canvas. Throughout his career, he produced large numbers of paintings. These works include Early Morning in the Adirondacks and Good Hunting Ground. A Typefix, when first exhibited, was quite controversial. However, over time it became an icon of American cultural mythology and masculinity. This piece was created during a war over slavery in the Kansas Territory. At the time, the war was deadlocked just as the bear and the man in the painting are. A typefix is an oil painting done on canvas. The figures in this piece are portrayed in positions that create diagonal planes in the painting. The diagonal plane created by the outstretched arms of the bear leads the eye to the man in the background. Many lines are used to create this painting, such as the horizontal lines that shape the barrel of the gun and the intersecting lines that create the branches of the forest trees. Wavy lines are seen in the man's hair, zigzag lines create the grass breaking through the snow, and curved lines are used to give shape to both the bear and the men. Tate creates an illusion of depth in a typefix by using methods such as overlapping, shadowing, and shape. He overlaps objects in the painting and depicts objects that are near as larger than those objects that are more distant. An example of overlapping objects can be seen in the trees of the forest, and this overlap gives the forest the appearance of going back further than the viewer can see. An example of the sizes of objects to show depth can be seen in the comparison of the two men in the painting. The man on the ground appears closer to the viewer than the man with the gun because he is larger. The illusion of depth is also enhanced by the shadows that accompany the figures and objects in the work. Along with the other methods, the shapes used by Tate give the painting the illusion of being three-dimensional. Tate uses biomorphic shapes that are close to create the objects and figures in the work. A typefix can be further analyzed using the methodology Marxism. This methodology is taken from the work of Karl Marx. Marx found interest in the process of making art and its exploitation by the ruling classes. He contrasted the workers, or proletariat, with the property-owning classes, or bourgeoisie, who exploit the workers. With this in mind, a typefix's form and content can be analyzed for the underlying social messages it contains. In Tate's painting, the hunter can be associated with the bourgeoisie and the bear with the proletariat. The hunter can then be further associated with white men and the bear with the slaves who worked for them. Nevertheless, in this painting, the two are represented as equals who are at an impasse in their fight to symbolize the deadlocked war over slavery in the Kansas Territory. With that being said, one is not shown as being of a higher social rank, as is typical of paintings analyzed with this methodology. This work can be categorized as belonging to 19th century realism. This style of art can be characterized mainly by the emphasis on class distinctions and the attention to realistic details. Often, light was employed to highlight economic differences as seen in Jean-Francois Millet's The Gleaners. In a typefix, the light is on the face of the hunter in the foreground to show his status in society as a white male. The gleam of light is also seen on the black hair of the bear because the war in the Kansas Territory was paving the way for equality between African Americans and whites. This light signifies the shift in the classes since the bear is not seen as dimly lit as lower social classes usually were. Tate brought outdoor life to the realm of American realism, but as mentioned earlier, a typefix still had the portrayal of social issues. The critics of this painting could have been sensitive to the impasse between the white and black fighters during the war over slavery in the Kansas Territory. During this time, sport hunting and the hunting of runaway slaves were often discussed in similar terms in books. With this in mind, the black bear could be representative of the African American slaves who were on the run and being hunted by white men. The painting represents the ongoing struggle of humanity against nature's untamed forces.